guys, I'm Jordan Troxel. I work for Troy Designs, RedBull KTM. My rider is Alex Martin. Starting at the front of the bike this year with Alex, we have WP stuff, which we've always had. Some things changed over there this year, so we got a new guy, Jim, taking care of our stuff, and he's been doing an awesome job keeping Alex and Shane happy so far this year. We're still in Dunlop tires. Alex is actually running a spec tire this year, kind of ran a production tire in outdoors last year, so that's changed for Supercross. Still with the DID rims, Cherby's handling our plastic and our disc guard and things like that. Check out the start device. With Alex being a little bit shorter, we run a little bit deeper whole shot setting than some of the other guys, just try to suck the bike down. We were actually lucky this year that we get to use the starting blocks on the starting gate, so that actually helps him more. Even in outdoors, we'll add another 15 millimeters of depth to the starting device. As we cruise on back, we actually run a lot of OEM KTM parts. Plastic, radiator louvers and stuff like that are KTM. They make them special for us, maybe a little bit different than what you might buy. Same as the radiators and stuff. They have two different radiator options for us, Supercross and outdoors. Alex chooses to run the stock seat over some of the lighter versions we have available, just the way that it feels, the stiffness to him. So in addition to the WP 52mm forks we stayed with the Nekken clamps for this year, as well as Renthal Bars. Another change we've added Renthal grips to the guys this year. With Alex being a little bit smaller, his front brake is actually pulled in a little bit more than some of the other guys, but on the opposite, his clutch is actually extended all the way out. I haven't really quite figured that one out, but he likes his clutch to have the full throw. He doesn't actually use it that much if you watch videos. He only uses it when he needs it. With this year, we're still with Brembo. If you guys paid attention to some of the other guys in the 450 class last year, outdoor series, there were some issues with some rocks hitting the front brake master cylinder. So you see a lot of the teams now running this carbon guard to protect against that. If we're going to run it outdoors, we're going to run it in Supercross as well. There's a lot of rocks out there too. So you'll see a lot of teams running that, and we have our own custom carbon version this year for us. Along the lines of carbon as well, we offer a couple different options for the riders as far as head stay mounts for the motor, whether it's steel or aluminum, or we have carbon. Most of the guys choose carbon because of the chassis characteristics. There's also a couple other little carbon guard trinkets and things on the motor that Ryan made to protect some of the wires and things like that, as well as our skid plate is carbon and our chain guide. The motor is still done in-house at KTM by Ryan Cox. He's been with our team for 5 or 6 years and kind of been handling all that stuff for us, and works directly with KTM North America and factory services. Alex has got a special Nihilo plus 20mm titanium foot peg. The rest of the guys run the Nihilo peg as well. We've gone up in versions from 10 to plus 15 to plus 20mm. Right now he's happy there, so I don't really think we can get much more out of it, as when it folds up it'll hit the frame now. So this year we're still on Renthal gearing and a DID chain. Nothing crazy with our gearing. Our outdoor and our Supercross spec differ a little. The guys are pretty much given freedom. You know, whatever rear sprocket, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 options for the guys in Supercross or outdoors to change their rear. You know, Colorado, when we go to elevation or something, we might make a drastic change, but other than that, they're pretty much on the same stuff all season for Supercross and all season for outdoors. Yeah, when you talk about the motors, between each guy on the team, given a couple different specs to choose from in the off season, generally all kind of will agree on one base setting. It's pretty much that for the season. Something might change for outdoors. The guys actually get a couple of different clutch options to choose from. I know Alex and Shane are on 2 different types of clutches, and that's just more rider preference and feel is the way the delivery comes on, as far as traction and wheel spin and things like that. So, or whether they want it to hit harder or hit less, kind of thing. So we'll play with each rider independently to choose kind of what fits them best. We're still FMF, been FMF for quite some time now. They do an awesome job working with Ryan once he gets his final package developed, and then the bike will go down to them for a few weeks and then build a system around it to get the most out of everything that we can. And they've actually done a really good job so far below the sound limit compared to some of these other teams that they've actually tried to make them louder or this or that, but where we're at right now is where it makes the most power, and we're still really quiet. So same as last year, we're running a MotoMaster disc as well to go with our Brembo setup. We were talking about the motor and the clutch. Hinson's been with our team for a long time as well. They work real close with Ryan and getting him what he needs. So our Oem Radiators, they're a KTM part number, but they're also made by WP. But we just take like the neck of it and go and get it reinforced with some welds for some strength in the event of a crash or something like that. We'll even go to a little bit bigger radiator for outdoors. As far as other stock components too, our brake pedal and our shifter, stock OEM KTM components. To run them a little bit taller because of Alex's foot pegs, but I don't ever run any interference issues or clearance issues or anything like that. One of the cool little pieces is with our titanium rear axle, we have some special custom axle blocks that were made in-house at KTM for us.